Here's where the main collection is. I'm not sure how much we're gonna get done today. This is the drawer that needs the most love though. Powders and bronzers. I'm just gonna quickly show you guys the drawers. We have cream blush, powder blush, that obviously needs to be taken care of. Highlights, eye products, lip products that don't fit in any sort of organization. These are my lipsticks, lip pencils, liquid lip and lip gloss, and then all my palettes are in here. Again, not touching my MAC collection. That's kind of staying in these top two drawers. I can link a video for you guys to check that out if you want to see. And I do have some random drawers at my vanity to clear out. We have my setting sprays that I need to go through. Cleared out these already. These are my top drawers and I put them in my main collection. Mascaras and some eyeliners. Those can kind of stay there. If we have time, I might go through brushes. Yeah, that's a problem. Obviously, tons of brushes that I need to go through. I almost forgot about my foundation drawers. These are always a fun time to go through. And primers. So yeah, we have a lot of work to do. I think I'm going to pull out each category first and put it over on my desk so that I don't have to bend down and ruin my back like I did last time. That is the plan for today, so let's get decluttering. This table setup should work really good. Just gonna give you an overview of all my powders that I need to go through. Here is our setup for today. I know you can see my tripod legs, but this is the best I can do and it's really well lit here, so I think this is actually gonna work out quite well. So I'm just going to speed through. You're gonna hear all the nice sounds that makeup have for the declutter. I know that's something that I really like in a declutter. So let's go ahead and separate the powders for what I'm keeping and what I wanna be decluttering. Here are all the powders that I'm going to be setting aside for friends and family. I could do better on this, honestly, but there is, I want to say, a third of the powders that I have in my collection that I haven't really used yet that I'm still testing out. So those will definitely be able to be moved to give away if I don't happen to care for them in the near future. So I could probably do this declutter again in a few months if you guys want to see more declutters in the future. But this is what we have for the time being. This is just taking up way too much space, but I do like it. It's the La Mer powder. I figure someone else can enjoy that. These powders from Laura Mercier have glow to them, and I just don't care for that on my skin. I have 3 of the Maybelline. I just don't need all those. I much prefer shade 10, so these ones someone else can use. They're pretty new. I never liked this Charlotte Tilbury powder. I know so many people like it, the Magic powder under eye and face. So someone will for sure like this. I just did not care for that. Rare Beauty, a little bit too illuminating, not as perfecting as I would like. Shiseido, same. NARS, same. Those just kind of have the same effect on my skin, which I don't care for. This one also has that glow to it. Don't care for. I don't remember the CoverGirl, but I feel like I should pass that on. Have a big size now in my one size so someone can try out the powder. The LYS, I know a lot of people love, but this one, I just don't reach for. It's translucent, but I do feel like there's somewhat of a cast on my skin. Maybelline, I'm not reaching for. The Benefit, the color is just off for me. I was using this, but no longer use that. It's very full coverage and I like my one size. Not using the Fair from Ben Nye. I feel like someone will like that. These Meteorites from Guerlain are very old. They still have their smell though. And then the Dermablend illuminating powder. Do you see a trend here? Everything illuminating just does not work for my skin. Those are to be given away. Here are the powders that I will be keeping. All this row here are the ones that I need to use except for this one. A few of these I can actually put in Project Pan, like that's almost done. These two are pretty close to being done. So I'm gonna try and use those up. I just bought this the other day for setting my eyelids. And Charlotte Tilbury is almost done. Like a lot of these are close to being done. So I feel like test these out in the coming months give those away, and then I can finish up the powders that are close, and this is going to be halved for sure. My bronzer organization, overflowing right now. I don't see myself doing well here, probably worse than the powders. I love my bronzers. You already know if you watch my channel. I keep my cream products over here, powders here. We're gonna go through them together, but I will break them up when I talk about them. Here's what I was able to declutter. Some of them may come as a surprise to you. This is pretty much done and old. This I loved. It was the best liquid bronzer I've ever used. Haven't been reaching for it though. I have a backup ready of this LYS bronzer. This one I got and it came busted, so I'm just going to pass it on to someone who wants to deal with the faulty packaging. Not reaching for my butter bronzers. I like the original, and then I got a deeper shade and I just didn't care for the color of that. Wet n Wild is definitely old. These NARS cream bronzers are going to surprise a lot of people. Originally these were sent to me and I got Casino, and then they just changed them all to variations of Laguna. I just don't like the consistency of this. It just doesn't work for my skin, so I figure someone else will enjoy that. I love the City Bronzer from Maybelline. I'll purchase this again if I choose to. Getting rid of my favorite Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie because I have this color in the palette now, so I don't need this, but I've made pretty good indent on that. I wish I didn't get this color in the Nabla. I love the formula of it, but this one, I don't know, the color is just off. It's like gray mixed with red. It just does not suit my skin tone at all. I don't know what to say. I love the formula though. I just wish I would have got the one that's more warm tone. And then I know a lot of people love Too Faced in my family, so someone's going to absolutely love this bronzer. Here are all the bronzers that I'm keeping. Do have some room now. I keep my palettes, contour palettes, and things like that at the back. And then my individuals up here, we have matte and shimmer. And then my cream I keep off to the side. I'm actually almost done these Fenty ones, and this is the only one that I'm undecided about, is the one from Charlotte Tilbury, the cream bronzer. I just haven't used it enough to decide whether I like it or not, but all these are staying. And I just keep all my Fenty matchsticks here. There's some blush and a concealer. They just stay in the bronzer drawer. This drawer is definitely more organized than before, not overflowing. Still, I could obviously do better, but give me 3 months and I'm telling you, this is going to be cut in half. This already looks really satisfying to me, but we're going to go through all my cream blushes, all my powder blushes. A lot of these are new too, so I'm still testing them out. That's why it's pretty full. I'm usually pretty good at decluttering my drawers, but we can definitely do better here. Here is a quick look at my cream blush organization. Definitely can go through a bunch of these. We have multiple colors in the same brand, and some of these are close to expiry, which I want someone else to use them before they go bad. In case you're wondering, I use these cutlery drawers from Home Depot, and I did cut off the backs just to fit in my drawer unit. That is what I use to store them, and they work out really nicely for me. The Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer blushes, I kept 2 of them. I love the formula and colors of the 2 that I kept. I for sure don't like the formula of this one right here. I'm going to be passing those on. I didn't end up caring for the Natasha Denona Puff Paints. I know a lot of people like them. You can use them on your lips too. I'm not going to use those. I bought a bunch of these She Glam blushes, and these 2 colors aren't my favorite of the ones that I got. I knew I was only going to keep a couple, but I just wanted to test them out and see. They're brand new. I've had these Burt's Bees blushes for a while. They're dried out now, The more natural makeup does expire quicker, which is unfortunate. Still a beautiful product. I would definitely repurchase those again. These cream blushes from a She Glam collection, the Sunday Picnic. I kept this one red one. I love the formula of these. I should show you the one that I actually kept. These ones are pretty, but the one that I have is so vibrant. It's like this dark red. I just love this color. It's called Scarlet Sunset. I love the formula of the e.l.f. Putty blushes. I decided to keep 4 of all the shades that they sent me. I figure someone else can enjoy them too. Love the colors and the formula. Nothing wrong with them, but just feel like passing those on. One of these Jaclyn Cosmetics cream to powder blush sticks. This is just a mauve-y type pink. I don't tend to wear those colors. I'm gonna pass them on. Love the formula again. These are new from Charlotte Tilbury. You're probably like, why are you getting rid of these? But they're bulky. Someone else will definitely get use of these. Why can't I get this? Come with highlight sticks, both of which have the same highlight. I just feel like someone else in my family is gonna love these more. Great on the go and natural makeup, and I know that will be perfect for my family. Haven't even used this, probably save this for a giveaway. Then I have the bronzer stick from the Burt's Bees All Aglow line. I kept all the blushes. I love them. This bronzer is more of a highlight, and I just haven't been reaching for it. Here is my cream and liquid blush drawer. I just can't part with any of these. I love all these formulas. The only ones I don't actually use are these ones over here, which I'm keeping for the packaging because it was a Super Mario collection, and that's like a collector's piece for me. But love the Fenty, the e.l.f. Tower 28. We have Rare Beauty, Burt's Bees, Nude Sticks, Makeup by Mario, my Patrick Ta, my One Size. Like, all these formulas are just the best of the best to me. My powder blush drawer, another challenging drawer for me. We'll see how well I do here. This is the before, and let's go through the product. Here's everything that I'm decluttering for blushes. I got all the Benefit ones sent to me in PR. I just picked a few favorites, and I figured other people can enjoy the formula. It's a really nice formula. I just don't need all the shades. The She Glam ones, the packaging is hard for me to open, and just because of that, I'm going to declutter them. This CoverGirl one I bought for Halloween. You know what, actually, do I have another color like this? I use this for my Hocus Pocus makeup. I'm actually gonna hold on to it. Sorry, you're not being decluttered. That was the Perfect Winifred blush. Keeping that. This is an old palette. I loved it though. From NARS. The Too Faced Peach products are older, need to go. I was holding on to these because I love them. They were limited edition. The Paradise Enchanted from L'Oreal. Gonna pass those on. Love these blushes from Buxom, but I have different formulas in these colors that I just reach for more. Someone else will love those. Laura Mercier I just haven't been using. Haven't reached for this IT Cosmetics blush. I got this because of Stephanie, but for some reason the cap has always been sticky. I don't know what happened to it, but I don't use it because it's leaving my fingers sticky. I just don't like the soft touch. It sometimes happens to the NARS too after a while. I don't know why. But I have a bunch of NARS blushes I've barely touched that I figure someone else will love as well. That is everything for declutter, and I will show you what my new blush drawer looks like. Powder blushes are looking so nicely organized. Very pleased with how this turned out. I was struggling in the beginning with this launch from Kaleidos. These blushes are so pretty. I just decided to keep them all. We'll go through it again another time, and hopefully I can part with some, but they're just so nice. Have all my favorites here. You can tell the brands I like: Sephora Collection, Charlotte Tilbury. Keeping the Too Faced packaging. For memories, I love these heart blushes. Burt's Bees are lovely formula. These are the M Cosmetics blushes I need to use on my channel. Stephanie got those for me for my birthday. And just a bunch of other really beautiful blushes. Of course, I'm not giving away my Dior and some others. How much nicer does my blush drawer look? Space to grow, everything nicely organized. I think I did pretty good there. Time for highlighters. I feel like this is probably going to be my easiest drawer to declutter. It's overflowing now, and I just don't use highlighters as much as I once did. So let's get to decluttering this one. This was by far my best declutter for category. I was able to declutter over half of my highlights. So I did really good here. We have some liquid products that I just don't use, and I know those tend to expire faster than the powders. So I just want to make sure those are passed on before they all go bad. So I'm just going to separate them. This highlight's unique. I'm just never gonna use it. It's kind of like a collector's piece, but I figure someone might like to display that or use that. It's just taking up space for me, so I'm gonna pass that on. This Laura Mercier highlight I've had forever. Makeup Forever highlights have been a while. This Bobbi Brown bronze one was coveted for a long time, but I just am not that deep. Some NARS ones that I haven't been using, Albatross and Hot Sand. I don't even think they make Albatross anymore. I don't use super intense highlights, so my Master Chrome, Flower Beauty, this sleek one, which everyone was going crazy for. I had a couple Dior palettes that I have and barely have touched. They just aren't the same formula as the first one in the universal shade, so I'm going to be giving those to a new home. These Artist Couture ones are very blinding. Again, don't use that. Another blinding one from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't use the face palette. I feel like someone else would love it more in my family. I've barely touched that. The ColourPop and Barbie collection. I bought the whole collection. I was collecting it. I can honestly not even open this. This was poorly designed. It also has glue on it. I seriously can't open it. Well, regardless, because I can't open this, the formula is just not my favorite on that. Haven't even touched this Nude Sticks Ice Ice Baby highlight. NARS Orgasm. It doesn't really highlight me, so I'm gonna pass that on. Another Bobbi Brown highlight in beige, which someone would enjoy. This one is nice and light. I feel like a family member would enjoy that. I have Cookie in a palette, so I don't need this one. I don't know, have I even touched this? Barely. I love Cookie, but I don't need two of those. And then I think this is the last thing from the Dose of Colors Katie X Desi collection. I think this is Desi's one. I'm keeping Katie's. Desi's just a little too dark for me. It is blinding. I was gonna pass on both, but you know what? I just wanna keep one for now. Here are the highlights that I will be keeping. I think I did a pretty good job. I have 2 empty rows here, which is really nice. I only kept 3 liquids, which I thought was good. They're all different shades, and I figure I'll be able to use that. Gives me some options, and these tend to expire quicker than the powder products, so I figured 3 is good for the liquids, considering I don't use highlight too much. Couldn't get rid of any of my Fenty, and I had to keep some of these old favorites like my Amrezy, the Estee Lauder Heat Wave. Love this Natasha Denona I Need a Glow. I need to bring that back out and use it. Some Dior ones I need to use again. I haven't visited this drawer for a while, so I'm excited to play around with what I'm keeping. Here's a peek at my single eye drawer. I'm not decluttering any of the things in here. I've gone through this before. I really only keep my glitters, which lasts forever. I only need to take out a little bit of those. And then I have some face paint back there, which I use all those all the time. My kids, myself, whatever. I love my face paints. I have all these glitters from Urban Decay that are just nice to have. I don't even have that many eye pencils, really, in my opinion. I've been through this recently. So this is pretty good. I don't see anything that I really want to get rid of here. I'm going to bypass my lips and go to eyes, since I just went through those single eye products that I'm not even touching. This also is going to be a little hard for me to declutter. I've been through this fairly recently. Sorry if you can hear my utility room. It's really loud right now, the fan's on. I'm gonna keep everything here because it's fairly organized. I don't wanna lift this to my table. So I'm just going to take out some palettes I feel like I can pass on, and we'll see how good I do here, which probably will be terrible. Just a quick go over what I'm keeping. Single Shadows, my Be Perfect palettes, Tati, Huda Beauty, all my Natasha Denona, and I have some Pat McGrath here, some random palettes, Laura Lee Los Angeles, all my Anastasia I'm keeping. Then I have Patrick Ta. These are some of my newer palettes over here, so I'm gonna be keeping all those, some Natasha Denona as well, and just some mini palettes. I did declutter some of my Fenty. I kept number 7 and 6, which I thought were really pretty, and I'm going to be decluttering the ones over here. So not too many. My palettes, I'm really happy with what I have, so I'm going to be passing on my Persona. It's a beautiful color story. I just don't reach for it. Too Faced Sweet Peach. So hard getting a hold of this, but it needs to go. I have a Kaleidos palette that I haven't been reaching for that is really beautiful, but I have these shades in other palettes. Urban Decay Gwen Stefani. Just been holding on to this for sentimental reasons, but time to go as well. I haven't been using my Dominique Cosmetics highlighter palette and this Huda Beauty one. I just don't wear the colors like this. They're kind of fun colors in there as well. I just don't reach for. 2 of these Huda Beauty brown palettes. Haven't cared for the formulation of those ones for whatever reason, and these are the Fenty ones that I decided I'm not keeping. We have 2, 4, and 8. I just feel like someone else would like these a lot more. I have a pastel palette that I enjoy, a color story like this that I like in a different palette, and that one just looks all the same to me, so I'm passing that on. Here we have my lip pencils. I do have some pulled for a lip combo video that I'm going to be filming, and I also shouldn't have any of my MAC lip pencils in here because they're in my MAC section. We're going to go through what we have here. I figure just dump them out and then reorganize them that way. They're stripped down. Okay, we have a MAC one in there. Let me go over here. Here are all the lip pencils that I'm going to be decluttering. I have some Huda Beauty, a NYX, these Buxom ones that are just a little too thick for me. They're pretty, but I just much prefer a thinner pencil than these Gerard Cosmetics ones, which I found in my freelance kit. They need to go, and I have an LA Girl Spice Lip Liner that I just haven't been using. And here are all the shades that I am keeping. I have some Charlotte Tilbury, Milk Cosmetics, Pat McGrath, my Morphe Refi, and all my Kylie ones that match the lip kits that I have. These are all my lip products that don't fit nicely in my organizers. They just have odd shaped packaging, or they're just too big. Like a lot of these are too big to fit in there, so they go in here. A lot of lip treatments and balms, and this could definitely be cut back, but it also houses like my favorite lip products. So it's going to be hard in that sense, but I'm going to try and do the best I can, especially with gloss, because those go off a little bit quicker. Here are all the lip products that I'm currently not going to use. I love the Lifter formula from Maybelline. I don't need the whole set of them. Then I also have what I thought to be a red gloss, but it's in fact pink, that I got in that holiday collection. I haven't been using it, so it's going. A bunch of lip treatments that I haven't used that are going to go. Only wanted to keep my favorite color of my Burt's Bees ones because they sent me every single one, so I'm trying to be good about them, even though I love these shades, but I know my family likes this natural sort of product, so those will go to a really good home. Fenty glosses are really pretty. I think my daughter will like them, so I'm gonna not declutter it fully. I'm gonna see if she wants to use those. I just don't use these 2 cream glosses from Fenty, so I'm going to pass those on. I have 2 of these bombs I somehow got in Point Perk that are Pat McGrath. Never use those. This shouldn't be in there. I love this. How did you go in there? Trying to sneak out, Pat McGrath, you're going back over here. Lip stain from Rum Beauty. Don't use lip scrub. I already have my Buxom one. I like a couple more Burt's Bees ones that I've used up. A NARS balm I don't use. This was from Nicole Guerrero a long time ago. One of them is completely full. I'll never even touch that. I love the Maybelline lip vinyls that recently came out that are better than these NYX ones that I did in fact like, but I like the Maybelline ones a lot better. And then just some more random balmy type products that I'm just not going to be using. Here is my random lip drawer, things that just don't fit nicely elsewhere, and mostly balm type products that I use. So that kind of takes up half of it, and then the rest are just like randomly shaped stuff. But that is everything I'm keeping. This looks good to me. I use everything that is in here, so I'm happy with this drawer. Here are my bullet shaped lipsticks, which are in organizers. I'm not sure how well I will do on this. I will try my best. The MAC ones shouldn't even be here. They should go with my MAC collection, but they were just hanging out there because I was using them. I do have some more bullets that are set aside for that lip swatch video, which are my most used, so you're probably not going to see some of my favorites in here. They're missing currently because they're going to be in that video, but let's see how many of these I can declutter. I'm going to be keeping a little bit more than half. I decluttered quite a bit actually for my bullet lipsticks. These two are the only ones I'm gonna have to toss because for whatever reason they turn like this ochre color. Both of them turn the same color. Super strange. This was one of my favorite formulas from Bare Minerals. Bare Pro ones. I'm keeping my Mineralist Hydro Smoothing ones. I have a couple missing because I'm doing a lip video as I said, but this is my favorite lipstick formula, so all of those are staying. Among some of my other favorites, some old drugstore ones I have. These are new from Charlotte Tilbury that I wanted to declutter. Some YSLs that I just don't reach for that I feel like some people would like. Didn't even touch those, I swatched some. These Makeup Forever ones that I got that I haven't even really touched. The Dose of Colors ones I never reach for. Bite Beauty no longer make. Just a couple other colors I feel like other people are going to really enjoy. I haven't even tried this sample of the Rare Beauty, but figure pass that on before I even touch it. Those are going to friends and family, and these ones I'm keeping. So let me organize my lipsticks and see how well I did. Here are what I'm keeping for my bullet lipsticks that fit in these organizers. I still have some room to grow, plus 2 empty trays, which is always nice. I do have some glosses that I need to go through, so I might reorganize this or use the glosses in these extra trays. We will see, because those are definitely overflowing as well. I feel like this is also a good mix of drugstore, Sephora brands, and luxury high-end over here. For liquid lips, this is where I have most of my fun colors, I'd say. I have all my Kylie lip kits with their matching lip pencil. Those are the only liquid lipsticks I really keep because I really like the formula of them and the corresponding lip pencil. These Dose of Colors ones I have a ton of too, and then I have some My Beauty, the Laura Lee Los Angeles, and then some random ones that I have not yet put in to an organizer because I just didn't have room. But now I have these ones from lipstick. I think I might try and fit them in here, but you can tell my random brands that I like Patrick Ta, Jacqueline, NYX. We have Mario one, my Too Faced Child Star. I have a couple of ones that aren't even open yet. Just my favorite formulas. You can tell these ones are all nude. The ones that are just random brand that I'm keeping. If I ever want to do a fun color, this is where I'm reaching for to get all my brighter colors of lipstick. We have some really, really nice ones in here. Moving on to glosses, I think we could get rid of some of these at least. I just have this whole set here, the new Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Inks. I just did a TikTok on all of these. I'm not ready to get rid of the colors yet. I just swatched them all for you if you want to go check that out. I figure I'm just going to store them for now, and then later, can these fit? I had a feeling they might be too big. You know what? It's gonna work. I'm just gonna put them in here for the time being. As I said, they're new. I'm not ready to part with them yet. I'm loving the formula of these, and if you have not checked out my lip swatch video, I will link my TikTok in this video for you to go check out. Also, apparently we have some more liquid lips in here. Also my fun colors, as you can see, I keep them in my liquid lip for whatever reason. I don't have fun colors too many in bullets. I just like them in a liquid lip, but we're gonna go through those. There's gonna be a mix in here, I guess, with the gloss. I didn't realize that, but we'll make do. These are mostly glosses. I do have a couple liquid lips I haven't been using in here, but all glosses. I just don't use warm tone colors like this. Tower 28, love this formula, one of the best. Some nude shades I haven't reached for, but I love these as well. I just figure someone else will use them more. Dose of colors I haven't been reaching for. I kept a million sparkly glosses, so I can get rid of a few of those, you know? These Giorgio Armani ones are fairly recent. I haven't really touched, so I thought someone would like that. A clear gloss, haven't touched that. Onto these drawers. I don't know, you guys, this is going to be a challenging time for me. You know how I feel about foundations and my prepping products. I do keep quite a bit of skincare in here too, so it's not all just primers, but I need a deep breath before this. This is the last thing I'm going to go through for this video. I have a couple mascaras that I need to go through, but these are the main things that I really need to do. Oh yeah, I'll go through setting sprays, but I don't think I'm gonna get rid of too many of those, so let's move on to my complexion, and hopefully this doesn't take forever. It is time for skin prep. You can see that these drawers did not have to be cut because they fit differently in my Alex, and I can actually have the whole drawer, which is nice. So I'm going to dump this out, I guess, and refill it with what I want to keep. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I don't have high hopes. I don't get it. They're the same, right? They just slightly different packaging color? Weird. I have two of those, I guess. As you can tell, this is Keep, this is Declutter. I feel like I did pretty good. It's a little less than half, but you know what? I'm happy with this. It's better than I thought I would do, to be honest, so I'm gonna take it. Going through all my primers, we discovered that these two are the same, slightly different packaging. I like the all-nighter gripping one, not the glowy one. I don't know why I have two. I honestly am so confused right now. I have a bunch of samples of the silk canvas, which I really like, but I'm gonna give these samples just to whoever wants one, throw it in everyone's bag who comes and gets some makeup. I haven't been reaching for some of these ordinary products that I picked up. They were really affordable, but I feel like someone's going to get good use out of them. They're brand new. This I bought because of Jamie Genevieve a long time ago. I just don't take a ton of photos for me to warrant keeping that. I love this, almost done. I was going to bring this upstairs just to finish up, just a little bit left. I use this as brand new from Nude Sticks. I like my Maybelline Pore Stick more. I'm gonna pass that on. All these Versali drop products I just don't use underneath makeup. Got a couple things from Charlotte Tilbury I haven't even touched, so those need to go. Hourglass Veil, I like the new one way more. This, almost done. I was just going to toss that. We have this Revitalash Cosmetics Hydrating Eye Gel and Primer. I like that when I used it. I'm not gonna use it now. I have this VDL Lumi Layer Primer I really liked. Have others that I like more. This Fenty Beauty Primer, I just haven't been reaching for. I said last time that I would declutter it. Eye cream, illuminator, don't use. This is the Soft Blurring Primer from Shiseido. think it's beautiful when I use it with the Shiseido foundation, but why would I keep it just for one foundation? So someone else can have that. One of my good friends loves this. This is brand new. She's gonna love that. Then I have this Radiance Primer from NARS. I really like this. Steph got me onto this, but again, I have other Radiance Primers that I like more. So I'm just gonna show you what I am keeping. We have SPF and some skincare in this section. All my glowy bases over here. Pore filling primers here. Some more bigger skincare. My favorite Hourglass right at the front, so I'll reach it. Gripping primers, and then my glowy illuminating primers over here. I think that looks really good. This is the next day. My camera has died twice while filming this. I have 2 foundation drawers. I keep my drugstore foundations in one, and then my high-end foundations in another. You can see which one is overflowing. And then I also have my concealers off to the side. Ideally, I'd like to get this down to 1 foundation drawer and then just 1 concealer and maybe a tinted moisturizer type product. I think would be really nice. We will see how this goes. This is always a hard one for me. I'll probably fail, but who knows? I've surprised myself for other categories. So let's start off with concealers and then I will move on to my foundations. Here are the concealers that I will be decluttering. I just haven't been reaching for some of these, and some I do have in colors that just suit me better. Like I love this NARS concealer, but I have other colors. The Too Faced concealer I absolutely love, but I just don't reach for vanilla. So I figure someone would like that. I have multiple colors in the Age Rewind, the NARS. I don't like these stick concealers from Clé de Peau. I know someone will like those and they're fairly new. Have multiple shades in the Tarte, which I love. The Jouer just didn't work out for me. I've been trying to use it and just hasn't been my favorite. Chic Glam, I don't think I've even touched, so I'm just gonna pass that on. I really like the Laura Mercier, but there's others I like more. The e.l.f. I'm not reaching for. I don't correct my eyes ever, so I'm going to pass those on. I think this is like a lightning pen. I'm not even sure what that is. And this has been around for a while. So those are all the things that I'm going to declutter for concealers. I probably decluttered about 1/3, I'd say, or close to half again, which is pretty good. Now for foundations, I'm going to start with the drugstore and then I'm just going to add in my high-end. I think I can get this down to 1 drawer hopefully, and then put all my tinted products with my concealers. You can see I'm clearing out a bunch of drugstore. I've just had them for a while and I'm keeping only a few. These are my favorites. The other ones are still formulas I like. These are just the top for me. This is my #1 drugstore. It's the True Match with hyaluronic acid. I really like the Catrice one too. It has hyaluronic acid as well. This one's just a little bit more glam. This is more everyday. Keeping a Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This is a fairly new one. And then the She Glam I got fairly recently as well, which I just wanted to test out a little bit more. It's a little matte for my liking, so eventually I think I'm gonna pass this on. I just don't wanna pass it on yet. Wish me luck. My keep pile, my declutter. Clearly my keep is more, but I still think it's fairly good for me. I have my favorites in here. I'm getting rid of extra shades and ones that I just don't use over here. Some that I really, really love. I'm just not reaching for, pointless for me to keep. I know family who's going to absolutely love it, so I need to pass them on and not hold on to them. I feel like I could do even better with this. I think the SPF is probably expired on these. Anything with SPF, you know, I need to cut out. Haven't been reaching for this color, though I love this foundation. This one's almost done. Where can I be better? I like this. Pass it on. I think I'm now at the point where I have more, definitely with the drugstore as well, have more foundations that I'm decluttering than I'm keeping. So we did good. This one is very, very difficult for me to do because I love foundations, but I'm very proud of myself for getting to this point. course I can do better, but I feel like this is a good start for me, so I'm very happy. Let's go through all these foundations that I'm going to be decluttering. Best friend likes this foundation. She's getting it. Also, another friend loves the Too Faced, and I love this too, but she has been asking me about this, so I'm gonna just give these to her. Number 7 in the Charlotte Tilbury I purchased, and then I got 6 in PR. 6 is much better for my skin than 7. I'm gonna pass that on, but still love it. Have another one of these that I haven't opened, so I'm gonna give that to a friend. These products have SPF, and I was reaching for them because of the SPF. I know that they're expired at this point. I tried to use these up. They're almost gone, but didn't quite do that. Love the NARS. I'm keeping my shade that I'm almost done in that and just passing on St. Moritz. This one can work for me too, but someone else can use it. I recently put this in my 7th place spot of foundations I recently tried in my foundation ranking. It's just a little too matte for me. Gonna pass that on. These Natasha Denona Foundation X I haven't been reaching for. The colors are just a little off for me. How is this in here? This is my favorite foundation of all time. How did you sneak into this spot? If you saw that going into that pile, you're like, what are you doing? I would have cried. That needs to go back over there. Too matte for me, the NARS one. What am I doing? Again, this one, I don't know how I put that over there. I think I just mixed up the piles. That one's staying. Recently reviewed this, so it's new, but I feel someone else will like it. Have some samples of the NARS, which I really like, which someone else can like. The Dior Face and Body, almost done that, but I haven't been using. I have a new shade of the Best Skin Ever. A couple, actually. This one I opened, this one I didn't. I still haven't used it yet, though, so I always reach for my other shade. So I think I have my perfect shade in that, so I don't need those two. Have my perfect shade in this, so I'm gonna pass on Bamboo in the Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. A little matte for me as well. Someone will really like that. These are old foundations from Dior. They have new ones at this point. The LYS I just am never reaching for. Passing that on. Almost done this. I obviously really like it, but I used my Vanuatu more. A couple shades extra in the light reflecting foundation from NARS. I'm keeping the shade that I use the most and passing those on. And then some kind of tinted products. This one has a lot of coverage that I don't use. This one has too little coverage, and this one I just haven't been reaching for, so passing all those on. Now for the final declutter, it is my setting spray. So we can definitely do better here. There are some that I still want to keep because I'm almost done them. Obviously love them. And ones that are just staring at me right now that need to go to a new home. I bet you can already guess which it is. Let's declutter. These are the only ones that I will be decluttering today. We have the new Urban Decay All-Nighter with the vitamin C. I just like regular All-Nighter better, and I have a little mini that I have of that. This I'm decluttering from my makeup collection, but I think I'm gonna just use this up in my bathroom because I do really like this. Model in a bottle. Do I need to even explain this? This smells like mosquito repellent. I do not know what is wrong with that. Haven't been reaching for my iconic London. This has that really beautiful glow in it. I don't reach for it. The Dewy Set from Anastasia, I would just reach for Fix Plus or my Milk Hydro Grip more. This is new from She Glam. It's a little bit sticky though, so I'm gonna pass that on, and then the Benefit, just don't reach for that either. So that is it for my declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up as it helps out my channel a lot. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Hit the bell if you want to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.